Hi YouTube, it's Misty. So today I just thought I would jump on here and do a really quick video updating how this morning went. I had my IVC filter placed, so I thought I would just do a quick recap and let you all know how that went and that I lived through it. If you hear my dog growling, excuse him. Our neighbors are doing something outside and he's freaking out. But anyways, so I had to be at the hospital at 6:30. And, so I got there, they got me undressed. And they didn't know if they were going in my groin or my neck yet. So, I was kind of confused on that. And then I got my IV in. And, I was really nervous the whole time. But, not bad. They did a pregnancy test. Of course, I'm not pregnant, which we already knew that. And yeah, I feel like crap, guys. As you could tell, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. So, yeah. I look like crap. But anyways. They come and get me finally about 7:30, and they take me back to, the OR, which is really just a cath lab. It wasn't like the big OR, I guess. It's still big though. And, I had to scoot over to this really thin table. Seriously, if I wasn't right in the middle, I would have just fell off the side. They did finally put these little bars for me to kind of hang on to, but it wasn't anything, really stable. I kind of felt uncomfortable about it for a little while, and then I didn't care, but at first it was scary. And then my doctor came in, and I don't know if you guys remember, he's a really funny guy, and he came in, he's like, "How are you feeling?" And I told him I was nervous, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm still nervous too." And he's just really, really funny. But anyways, they told me they weren't putting me to sleep. They said I might sleep because they were just giving me the Versed, which is the same thing I had with that EGD that I didn't fall asleep on. So, they gave me that, finally after they got me all prepped and ready. And, I didn't fall asleep. I just sat there, and the lady just kept peeking under, because, my face was kind of covered by, one of the covers, and she just kept saying, "Oh, she's still awake." So they kept giving me more and more and more until they finally couldn't give me any more. And then they're like, "All right, well, we're just going to go ahead and numb you." So they numbed me, and that really wasn't too bad. It was just like a bee sting. And then there was some pressure, and that wasn't really too bad. And then they told me there's going to be a lot of pressure. And that's the part that, it wasn't really pain, but it was so much pressure that it hurt. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's when they actually inserted the filter into my neck and pushed it in. I'd heard, that some people get the heart palpitations or, the heart fluttery things. I didn't get any of that. Didn't bother me at all. In fact, I was surprised how quickly it all did go. So anyways, then they had to have a nurse come in, and while I laid flat on my back, just kind of, put a lot of pressure on me, and that kind of hurt. And then they took me back to the room, where my mom was, and, I had to lay just a little bit elevated for an hour, and then they came in and put my head up even higher after an hour, and then, about 15 minutes later, they said I could go ahead and try to stand up and see how I felt. I felt fine. So I went ahead and they took out the IV, and I got dressed, and I was on my way. So from beginning to end, I got there at 6:30, left about 9:30. So it was about a 3-hour thing. But actually getting back there, that only took about a half an hour. You can see kind of where that little incision is. It's about the size of my fingertip. They don't do stitches or anything like that. They said it'll just heal. And they didn't give me anything for pain. I am a wimp. I'm going to put that out there. Seriously, I don't tolerate pain well at all. And, my neck is very stiff, and, it's almost like a really bad, when you get that crick in your neck. It hurts. Like when I was laying down, I couldn't lift my head up. Like she had to push the bed up because I couldn't lift my head up. So anyways, I lived. It's over with. I go back. He said to come back in June, to get it removed. So, I can look forward to that. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the right place. My husband bought me, I did have the iPhone 4S, and my husband bought me last night the iPhone 5, while we went out shopping. So, I'm not used to how this one, it kind of works a little bit differently. Plus, I don't have a case on it yet, because I don't have one yet, so it's kind of awkward in my hands. But, last night I did some shopping, and I'm going to do some shopping today, later on this evening. My 2-week liquid diet starts tomorrow, so I don't know what we're eating for dinner tonight, but it's going to be something good. And then once I get everything together, I will do a haul video. I'll probably do like a video of things that I'm going to be allowed to have during the 2-week diet. And then I'll do a haul video of the things I've bought for surgery. So, look forward to that. Tomorrow I have an appointment with my PCP just to get, a physical before surgery. And that's about it. So I'll probably check back in on Friday, with my weigh-in and to talk about my PCP visit. And then, maybe Thursday, I don't know how, I'm not really sure. One of these days, I'm going to do the haul videos, and then I'm going to do, what I'm allowed to eat during the 2-week diet. So, anyways, guys, have a great day, guys. I'm going to try to go take a nap for a little bit before, my husband gets home, and then, I'm going to try to go grocery shopping, maybe even before that, once the kids get home. So, I will talk to y'all later. You have a great day, guys. Bye.